Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the Girl Emerge podcast. I'm your girl, Michelle Hill, and listen, I am so excited you're tuning in today. I need you guys to go right now, grab your favorite coffee, your most favorite tea, your smoothie, your water, because we are about to dive into something I know, personally know, that many of you have felt at some point in your entrepreneurial journey, and that is imposter syndrome. Yep, we're tackling that sneaky little voice that says, "Who do you think you are?" But today, guys, we're kicking that voice to the curb and we're embracing who we really are, which is powerful, capable, and worthy women entrepreneurs. All right? So you know what to do. Let's go. So let's be real for a second. Can we? Shall we? Please, let's be very, very, very real for a second. You've got your business idea, right? You're pumped. You've done the work, you're showing up, and then bam, that little voice creeps in. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe I just got lucky. Man, what if they find out I don't really know what I'm doing? Sounds familiar, right? Yes, sis, listen, I've been there, and guess what? So has nearly every woman I know, women that I personally know. Even Beyonce has felt this very thing. Yes, Queen Bey herself. Okay? But seriously, guys, imposter syndrome is like that uninvited guest who shows up at the party and tries to dim your light, right? And today we are going to learn how to shine so brightly that imposter syndrome itself can't even find a seat at our table. So let's talk about what exactly is imposter syndrome. And I know a lot of you have heard that term being thrown around every now and then. All right, so let's break it down. Now, imposter syndrome is when you doubt your own accomplishments and feel like a fraud, even though you're killing it. It's like the universe is handing you gold, but you're out here thinking it's fake, right? Ladies, no, it's not fake. It's actually real, and you've earned it. But the imposter syndrome side of it starts to happen when you actually believe you're not good enough, and then you go even further to really, really fake it until you make it. And then you stay in that imposter aura, or that presentation or representation, I should say, of an imposter for a very long time. And then the bad result of it, or the end result of it, the negative side of doing that, is when your fruit is not adding up. The results of what you're doing and who you're pretending to be, it's not adding up. Like, nobody's seeing the results of who you say you are. It just does not add up. So here's the kicker. Imposter syndrome doesn't happen to beginners. You could be 10 years deep into, let's say, your business and still feel like, why am I even here? It happens to all of us. Listen, it happens to everyone. It happens to the best of us. But guess what? The fact that you're feeling this way means you're probably doing something right. And I mean really right. You're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. And that, my friends, is how you are going to grow. Okay, so story time. When I first started my business, and even when I launched this podcast, actually, there were moments when I thought to myself, what do I have to say? that hasn't already been said? Or how can I show up as a professional dancer and stand out from everybody else that's a professional dancer or everybody else that has a dance company of performing artists? How can I actually do this without having to compare myself, right, to everybody else or look like everybody else? I'd actually compare myself to these big names out there and be like, what's little old me going to bring to the table? But let me tell you something, guys. There's only one Michelle Hill. And there's really only one of you, sis. Like, really and truly, okay? Here's the thing. No one can do what you do the way you do it. And when I started owning my uniqueness, things shifted. This is very personal for me, guys. Things actually shifted. I felt it and I knew it with everything in me. When I was training as a ballerina, or training as a dance major, I should say, I remember, because I started dance training very, very late, like 17 or 18. When I actually got to college, I changed my major from theater to dance performance. And when I did that, I knew I was a very strong dancer. I was dancing professionally, or performing, I should say, but I did not have a lot of technical training, especially not training in modern dance, jazz, ballet, none of the above. That was all foreign to me. But once I started training, within about 2 years, I actually got kind of good. But I was in there faking it until I made it. So when I really, really put my best foot forward and understood that in order for me to not have to try so hard and sweat bullets every time I'm in class trying to look like the other people that have been training since they were 3 years old, I really have to put in the work so I don't have to fake it, okay? I wanted to measure up. So instead of focusing on all the ways I couldn't measure up, where you saw my training was not the best, my alignment and my technique and my turnout and this, that, and the other was not the best, I started focusing on how my story, my voice, my journey, my training, everything was going to be what made me special. And guess what? I want you to do the same thing, because I promise you, once I started focusing on my technique and being as unique and yet original as possible, I felt the difference. I felt the difference in my training. I felt the difference in my body. I saw the difference in my voice. I felt a lot more comfortable in telling my story across the stage. I really wanted to focus on sharing my journey and how I was improving as a dancer while I was performing. I wanted to be better every single time I hit the stage. Your unique is what's going to show up as your superpower. That thing that makes you unique, your special genius, is what is going to show up repetitively as your superpower. Okay? Now, let's talk about kicking the imposter syndrome to the curb for once. It's time for some really good actionable steps that I want you guys to get your notebooks out for and really and truly get ready, because we're about to give imposter syndrome a literal one-way ticket out of here. Okay, so first things first. Number one, I want you to acknowledge it. Now, this is one of the things that is just very hard for us as human beings, not just entrepreneurs, but as human beings. Human beings. Recognize when those imposter thoughts start creeping in. Don't ignore them. Acknowledge them. Call them out. Say, oh, hey there, self-doubt. Thanks for stopping by, but you're not welcome today. I know that was very corny, but very true. All right. Very important that you talk to the things that are going through your head, your heart. Talk to it. Take control of it. Don't get comfortable with it, because that, in all honesty, guys, that's where this imposter syndrome gets very, very ripe. And it's going to be even harder for you to let go and walk in your own light, walk in your own superpower, your uniqueness, walk in that thing that makes you absolutely special. All right? It's very important. Tell it, hey, thanks for stopping by, but you are not welcome here today. I am going to walk in my truth, and I'm going to work until I don't have to fake and be an imposter anymore. Number 2, you're going to learn how to talk to your tribe. Learn how to talk to your tribe. Guys, learn how to talk to your tribe. Lean on your community, your friends, your mentors. I want you guys to start getting around people who remind you of your greatness. Not in a phony way, though. Sometimes you really just need that external validation to remember who you really are. And guess what? The Girl Emerge community is always here for you as well. All right? That's why it's going to be very important that you guys get yourselves in that Facebook group, okay? The Girl Emerge tribe. Get over there, request acceptance, and I will look you over and get you right on in there, so we can start talking about some things that nobody else has to know about, and how we're working on getting ourselves to a better place for the rest of our lives. All right, whether it's financial, whether it's emotional, psychological, physical, we want to talk about it all, because it's something that's going to make us better people all around. That is so important. I think a lot of people don't realize how important wellness is, collective wellness, whether it's physical, emotional, psychological, all the things, spiritual, all of it. All right, so number 3 is celebrate every win, whether it's big or small. We don't do that enough. We really don't do that enough. Don't just wait for the big wins to pat yourself on the back. Don't do it. I don't care how small it is. Celebrate it. Did you make your first sale? Celebrate it. Did you finally get your website up and running? Celebrate it. Girl, listen, if you got out of bed and worked on your dream today, celebrate. Be happy for yourself. A lot of us don't realize how hard it is sometimes, how challenging it is sometimes to reclaim your sanity and really focus on something that literally makes you happy. Like, there's so much going on in our lives, our day to day, especially as women, especially as mothers. We have the world to deal with. We have home life. We have our jobs. We have relationships to deal with. While everybody else is chilling and living their beautiful lives, we're bearing it all. So if you really and truly, girl, if you got out of bed today and you worked on your dream, even if it's just for 30 minutes, 2 hours, for half the day, whatever, I want you to celebrate it. No matter how big, no matter how small. Number 4, we're going to reframe our thoughts. It's so important that we do this, guys. Instead of thinking, I'm not ready, reframe it to, I'm learning as I go. Understand that every expert was once a beginner, okay? And every step that you take is literally going to get you closer to the next level. It's going to get you closer to that next level. That I can promise you. But you have to get yourself to a point where you want better, genuinely and authentically, and you need to intently take yourself closer to the next level by taking that extra step every single day. Okay? And one bonus step. Guys, don't take yourself too seriously. Don't do it. Laugh at those doubts, shake it off, and remember that you've got this. Laugh at the mistakes. Laugh at the dodo head moments. Laugh at the blonde moments. Laugh at the goofy girl moments. Okay? And remember, you got it. You can do it. My niece was um delivering her first baby, and I was so adamant about her really learning how to breathe and practicing proper breathing techniques, because I know that when you're breathing appropriately, the oxygen is going to travel through your blood, which eases the pain a little bit. It kind of balances things out. And I was like, that was my main focus for her, because she was struggling a little bit. And it was only right. It's her first child. She was doing a full delivery, and no pain meds, well, no epidural, I should say. And it was very important for me that she focused on her breathing, you know, and focus on what was going on. And I had to keep telling her, listen, you've got this. Remember, you got this. Like, you can do it. And she said, how am I going to do this? And it broke me down, guys. Broke me down, because she really didn't understand how she was going to do it. But I said, listen, your body is going to respond. You just have to show up. You have to meet your body halfway. Your body's going to do the rest, but you can't just depend completely on your body. You have to meet your body where it is, and it's going to open up and do exactly what it's designed to do to birth your son. And she did an amazing job, guys. Okay? Now, I want you guys to remember that your worth is your superpower. Your worth is your superpower. Everything in my little niece was telling her that she was designed to be a mother. Everything. She knew that she was worthy of being a mother. And I told her that very thing is what's going to take you through the whole entire process from start to finish. And it did. She knew what her worth was. She knew that she'd make an amazing mother. And if you see her now, oh my goodness. And it's just been a week. So here's the bottom line, ladies. Your worth is not up for debate. It's just not. You are worthy because you exist. You are worthy because you show up every day to chase your dreams. So why on earth do you find it acceptable to be someone that you are not? Imposter syndrome is real. Don't do it for the gram. Don't show up for Instagram, for Facebook, as this person that have this, enormous movement of sales, or this amazing, well thought out, well streamlined, seamless running, well-oiled machine of a business. 1 million sales every day. Like, you don't have to do that. You don't. You know why? Because people love raw, genuine, and authentic struggle. Because 9 times out of 10, they're going to see themselves in what you're doing and what you're going through and what you're presenting. So being authentic, being real, and showing up exactly as who you are and allowing them to go with you through the stages is going to be critical. It's a lot more accepted, especially today. People are looking for superheroes. People are looking for model citizens to be their industry Oprah, the one that they look up to, the one that they can see themselves as, the one that is really doing and living their best life. They're looking for inspiration. So if that means that they have to watch you from the bottom until you get all the way to the top, let them do it. Get rid of the imposter syndrome, because people love a good story. They love a good triumph. They love a good victory. People are looking for inspiration. They're looking for their superheroes. They're looking for their industry Oprahs. Okay, guys, listen, the world needs your gifts. They need your voice. They need your talents. And you have to remember that you are worthy because you're you. So if you can learn how to show up as you all the time, even if you're at the beginning stages, even if you're at the beginning stages, that is the best part. You may feel like, oh, it's not enough people that's going to be watching me. Nobody's interested in seeing me struggle and start a business from scratch, or they're not interested. They just want to see all the amazing sales. I'm going to get more followers that way. Not necessarily. You're going to get them maybe 1 or 2 episodes or 1 or 2, 3 posts. But after that, they're going to see for themselves that you're faking it. Because nothing's going to be foundational. Nothing's going to be streamlined. It's just not. Things are going to be falling apart in your story. And they're going to see that. I promise you. That's my story. Okay? Remember, man, listen, the world, they need your talents. They need them. They need your gifts. They need your voice. But they want your story. They want your true, authentic, and genuine story. They want to see that you're intentional about your growth to the next level, and then the next level, and then the next level. They understand that more. They're more drawn to that. They don't care for imposters. Listen, they pick them out a lot faster today. They just do. And if you ever forget that, guys, just come back and listen to this episode one more time. Put it on a repeat, as a matter of fact. Understand that imposter syndrome does not stand a chance. It doesn't stand a chance against a woman who knows her worth and is willing to stand in her truth and present herself in that way. All right? Understand that you've got this. You really, really got this. Okay? Please understand that. All right, ladies, that's a wrap for today's episode. I hope you're feeling empowered, because I definitely am. This episode really, really and truly reminded me of a lot of things as it deals with imposter syndrome. And I can say I am proud of myself as to where I am now versus where I used to be, because I thought that presenting this larger than life presentation or reputation online would make me more money. It would bring me more customers, more followers. But that's the furthest from the truth. You can only tell a lie but for so long. Okay? So let's give imposter syndrome the boot. Get it out of here. And remember that you are powerful, you're capable, and absolutely deserving of every success that's coming your way. Now go out there, guys. Own your brilliance. Own your struggle. Own your journey. Build a business of your dreams. Why not? Who says that you can't? So, guys, as always, if you love today's episode, make sure you subscribe. Share it with your fellow boss babes. And I need you to leave a review. Make sure you follow this channel on Podbean and also on YouTube, the Girl Emerge Tribe. Ladies, I'll be back next Wednesday, same time, same place, to help you emerge even stronger. Until then, guys, please keep shining, keep hustling, keep grinding, keep executing, and most importantly, keep believing in you. Bye, loves.